Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before I get into this afternoon's video, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 minutes or better. Meaning that anytime I drop a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So, if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video, or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience, this is the channel for you. If you prefer your 8 to 10 to 12, 15-minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kens TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with that being said, with all that wrapped up into one big old nutshell, that is, there is a message. Now, before I get into this afternoon's message, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky, brother. Woo! That's how them wrestlers used to be back in the day. When you come down to Rupp Arena, brother, in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we gonna get funky like a monkey. Y'all let me know your city, your state, that you represent, your hood, your set, whatever it may be. Let it be known. I got a real serious topic to discuss. Respectfully. You know, I was asked to speak about this Diddy situation. P. Diddy and Cassie. I've done a couple videos prior, and it was a whole lot of mixed reactions, to say the least. Let me explain something to you all that are taking time out of your precious day to watch Real Kens TV, and I greatly appreciate you, because time is the greatest thing, the greatest gift that any of us have. Over money, over anything, time. So if you're taking the time to be with me and watch my videos, you're greatly appreciated. I don't expect everyone to agree with me. I have no problem with the person having their own opinion. With that being said, understand that I'm going to have my own opinion just as well. So although we may not agree, we can still be good. We can just agree to disagree on certain topics, on certain subject matters. This whole P. Diddy and Cassie situation that's going on. And I say P. Diddy and Cassie because ultimately that's what it comes down to. P. Diddy's defense team versus Cassie's word, along with the whole United States of America, because it's the feds. I went through the entire transcript of day one. And it wasn't technically day one of the trial, because the first, 4 or 5 days was jury selection. But I went through the entire transcript as far as when Cassie took the stands on P. Diddy. Understand this, and it don't matter how many times I say it, so I'm not going to continuously say it throughout the video. Cassie is a victim. She's a victim. Like so many other women that never get their due diligence, their justice from being in abusive relationships with these coward-ass abusive men like P. Diddy, that feel the need to consistently put their hands on women. We all seen the video. It's no big secret unless you've been living under a rock. I don't care how much money he's worth. I don't care how many records he sold, how many houses he has, how many diamonds he has in his chains. This dude is a coward, man. Based upon the video that I've actually watched with my own two eyes. Forget what anybody's saying, or I seen him do this, I seen him do that, because a pair of lips can and will say anything. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. But what I seen with my own two eyes, you can't convince me otherwise. You beat that girl. As Big Hurt would say, P. Diddy definitely deserved a wig split. Shout out to Big Hurt. Fresh Out Prison series. P. Diddy definitely deserved a wig split. That's just what we saw. That's just what we were able to capture, or what the camera was actually able to capture, but we were able to witness it through video. There's no telling how many other times that he's put his hands on this young lady. Scum. Dirt. Piece of shit. It's my personal opinion towards P. Diddy. But this is Real Kens TV, so I got to keep it real. I got to call a spade a spade. As far as this whole trial and the things that I've been able, now it's only day one as far as, actually putting people on the stands. First of all, when they we're going to back it up to last week. As usual, there's no black jurors. None. Come on, kids, don't start this race stuff. I mean, it's just what it is, man. A lot of people get upset when I get to talking about race because they've never had to endure and go through it. Every time a black person is on trial, especially someone of not necessarily P. Diddy's stature, but someone that has some money, or someone that has, just people recognize them, they do whatever they can do to get all the black people off the jury, if that individual obviously is black. They don't want no black people on jury, because guess what they say? Black people are more sympathetic, empathetic towards other blacks. So typically, you got a black dude that's typically going to trial with an all-white jury. Don't sound like a jury of your peers to me. They got all the black people off the jury, so it's all white. Can't necessarily say that it's all white, but I know there's no blacks on the jury. Put it that way. Makes a big difference. No, come on, kids. People are people. Oh, yeah? Well, if people are people, why did the prosecution work so hard to get black people off the jury? Kicking nothing but facts today. Some of you gonna like it, some of you not. Some of you gonna unsubscribe. Some people are gonna subscribe. But whatever you call it, it's the truth, man. It's the truth. So as I'm carefully going through this, these transcripts of Cassie's testimony, I didn't have to see her testimony to know she was a victim. She's a victim. This young lady was a victim of the abuse of P. Diddy for years. The threats, the constant, I'm going to take care of you, baby. You don't have to do anything. As soon as he gets mad, he cuts your water off. The money stops coming. The bank accounts is frozen. You go outside to get in your car and the car's gone. Why? Because everything's in his name. Him popping up at your spot, or his business associates or people that work for him rather popping up at your spot. Why? Because everything is in his name. Then as soon as everything's back good again, the car's back, you got your privacy back somewhat. These are things that this young lady endured. P. Diddy's a piece of shit. The problem that I have with this whole situation is that I wish that they could try that son of a bitch for what we seen on the videos. I wish there were more videos that weren't past the statute of limitations. I just wish it was more as far as the physical abuse, the verbal abuse, the threats that P. Diddy casted upon Cassie. But we can't. We can only go by what he's actually charged with. I've said it from day one, and I'll continue to say it. I think P. Diddy's going to beat this case. I think he's going to walk away. Do I think he should walk away? Yes, I do. But let me explain why. I've already given you all my reason as far as, okay, the abuse, he should get some time for that. But that's not, unfortunately, again, I'm going to say unfortunately, that's not what he's on trial for. See, we want to convict him based upon the video that we watched. He beat her to death or whatever, and so therefore he has to be guilty of this. But no, that's not how it works. It's not how it works, man. If you pull me over and I got some weed in my pocket and you know what I mean, you want to take me to jail for possession or even a minor trafficking offense. You found a scale and I got $180 on me. So now you want to make me Pablo Escobar. No, you can't do that. Charge me with what you found on me, which is simple possession. Don't try to make me Pablo Escobar and give me life in the feds. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to go based upon the evidence. That's all that I'm saying. And the evidence in this case does not suggest a RICO. See, a lot of you all never been in trouble with the law, which is a great thing. Fortunately for myself, I was never sent to the feds, but I've had 3 state RICOs, man. It's called organized crime, criminal syndicate. 5 or more people coming together on a continuous basis, basically to do illegal acts. And the feds, though, they just expanded and they call it the RICO, but it's all the same. Y'all rock with me. I beat it all 3 times. Can't necessarily say that I beat it because I still went to penitentiary. I just was not convicted of criminal syndicate / organized crime. My attorney at the time told me, and he's a judge now, charging somebody with organized crime is one of the hardest things to secure a conviction, because there's so many elements, there's so many different, you have to really prove that this was an organization. Like some John Gotti structured shit. That was a RICO shit. That was a organized crime. You can't just say, okay, you did this, you did that, and you put it all together and say it was one continuous act. Because it just doesn't work that way. These are things that I'm telling you all because I know. 3 times, man. Criminal syndicate in the state or the Commonwealth of Kentucky carries 10 to 20. Being that I'm a persistent offender, it goes up to the next level, which is 20 to life. 10 to 20 is a Class B felony. Carries 10 to 20. The highest class that you can get in the state of Kentucky, in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, is 20 to life. Actually, let me take that back, because you can get the death penalty. So I'm facing 20 to life 3 different times, man, for some white collar counterfeit shit. Think about the law enforcement prosecutors. They're always going to overcharge you. Always. Prosecutor sees an opportunity, because prosecutor ultimately wants to be a judge. They want to move up. See an opportunity. You got P. Diddy. Man, I took down P. Diddy. Took down P. Diddy. Think about your stock. Partner in the hood, man. 5-star. He's coming back soon. For y'all to seen the first interview. My partner 5-star was a co-defendant of mine. Back when he was younger, because he older than me, but he just told me the story. I wasn't there. He whooped a dude named Don Hudson. Well, actually, Don Hudson and his crew ganged 5-star. And 5-star had a twin brother. Rest in peace, Richard. Uncle Richard. They were twins. They got ganged. These dudes, man, they was throwing them things. They was handling their business. Why? Because they both was 5'11", man. If y'all rock with me, man. 5-star and his brother was both 5'11", man. Athletic. Well-built, pause. Had good genes, just, you know. But ultimately, it was too many of them. 5-star knew that Don Hudson was the one that really, really orchestrated the whole ordeal. They at the park one day. They lived in one of them neighborhoods. It was a black neighborhood, you know what I mean? And it wasn't a hood, you know, but it was a black neighborhood. It's just what it was. He sees Don Hudson. He grabs a pole. He finds a pole. I don't know what the fuck he found a pole at, but he finds a long-ass pole. And he slides up on the side of Don Hudson's car. Summertime now. Don Hudson got his window down. He slides up on the side of the car. Don Hudson don't see him. Driver's side. What's up, Don? Don turns. Boom! Splits him. I mean, splits his wig with the pole, man. Like a big metal pipe. Splits him. Boom! Hits him. I guess the adrenaline and initial shock. He turns around. Boom! Hits him again. Through the window. Obviously, the police, ambulance come or whatever. Everybody's seen 5-star do it or whatever. Police is coming by the house. Daddy's telling him, hey, well-structured, it was a beautiful family. It was 3 boys. Mother and father never divorced. Was together, married, never divorced. Had a younger brother that was like 4 years younger than him. But nevertheless, police want you to turn yourself in. He ain't never been in no trouble. He's in high school. They go downtown. Father goes down there with him or whatever. And, that's what it was. They tell what happened. And he ends up getting put on probation. Five-star and his brother, they were great athletes, especially Five-star. His brother they were twins, but they had different sizes. So Five-star was like a great athlete, man. I'm talking about run a 4.40, jump out the gym. He was just gifted. Ends up getting put on probation. The people, Don Hudson ends up being okay. They really weren't trying to press charges, although in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, you don't have to press charges. Commonwealth is going to pick it up. So he ends up getting put on probation or whatever. College scholarships, all that stuff is pretty much gone. He a young dude. He ain't nothing like 10th grade. This is young, 10th grade. I guess he felt as though he had to get his lick back. A lot of people do. I got to get my lick back. You gonna do something to me? You gonna kill my dog? I got to come back and kill your cat. I'm not necessarily saying that that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, I do understand that people do have these certain perspectives, if you will. That's the way that people feel, man. The get back. My get back game is strong. You ever heard anyone say, man, my get back game is strong? If you have, jump in the comments and let me know. My get back game is strong. Maybe not in those exact words, because we're in different areas, different regions. But you pretty much know what I'm trying to say, or what I am saying. 5-star had to get his get back. Y'all jumped me and my brother. Embarrassed us. The girls are sitting around laughing. And you think I'm going to just let this go? You think I'm going to just let this slide? Nah. It ain't going down like that. Fortunately for him, I'm not going to necessarily say everything worked out for him. I think that it was a bad choice. But how can you blame him? Someone does something to you violently and humiliates you. How can you blame him for getting back? Understand this. I'm going to reiterate over and over and over. Cassie did not deserve anything that she endured as far as what we seen on the video. Why? Kens, you already told us that because you all the real ones. But you always going to have someone, or some people rather, is going to be like, he's defending Diddy. Real Kens, I'm going to unsubscribe to him because he thinks that it's okay for what P. Diddy did to Cassie. I'm not rocking with you no more, Real Kens. I thought you was real. I see all the comments. Every comment, I read them. I can't respond to all of them, but I see every comment. It's not that I'm rocking with anybody. If my rent is due, I don't got no mortgage. If my rent is due, if I got a bill or something like that needs to be paid, think I can call P. Diddy? Think I can call Bad Boy? Bad Boy, come out and play. You think I can call Bad Boy? Bad Boy Records, Sean John. So it's not about defending anybody. I'm just looking at this as a individual that has been through the system. I sense a whole lot of BS. I'm gonna just cut straight to the chase with Cassie, man. If you haven't read the transcripts or whatever, then you're probably not gonna know. Everything that she did, she took no accountability for. It was always P. Diddy made her do these things. She met P. Diddy at 19. She was 19. I guess he was however old he was, 35, 36. He liked her voice. She came to the, Daddy Studios or whatever. And he began to work with her. They were at one of the music awards. I don't know if it was the Grammys, VMAs, one of the music awards. He comes back to the back. She's in the back in the bathroom or whatever. He goes in. He kisses her. She's 19 again. I feel very uncomfortable. You're a 19-year-old. This dude is a mega star. Like a mega... P. Diddy's always been an A-list celebrity. That's what they label him as. I don't believe in all that A-list, B-list, but that's what they label him as, the industry. You feel so uncomfortable. It's the problem that I have with her testimony. Although I do feel and know that she's a victim. Was a victim. He kissed me. She got a boyfriend. Her boyfriend's like 27 at the time. Ryan something. I don't remember what his name is. But he was 8 years older than her. He kissed me and I didn't know what to do. You got a dude at this time's worth a couple hundred M's. Couple hundred M's at this time. He kissed me and I'm so distraught. I don't want to ruin my chances of possibly having a record deal with Bad Boy. Come out and play. So I just went with it. White woman now. White woman testifying against a black man. White dudes, y'all my partners. We cool. I love you to death. I love my white partners. I love y'all. Pay on time. Y'all fucking let's go get him, dude. But there are certain things that you're just not gonna ever be able to understand. So I went along with it because this is what she's testifying. Her testimony. Because I was concerned with my record deal, my record career. I was really trying to be an artist in the industry, and I knew that he could really further enhance my, career. So although he kissed me and I didn't like it. I hated it. I had a boyfriend. I hated it. You hated it so much the way you broke up with, supposedly. Well, actually, she did. She broke up with her boyfriend and got with P. Diddy, knowing that he was with his Kim Porter, the mother of his kids. You hated it so much that you got with him. But you was a side chick, though, and it was perfectly explained to you. This is what her words. It's not mine. It's what she said. Not in these exact words, but essentially it's what she was saying. And we did our thing, and we had fun, and we went to Miami, and we was on a yacht, and he offered me drugs. I didn't want to take him, but I took him anyway because I didn't want to disappoint him. I was concerned about my career, and I just knew that if I said no to him, my career would go down the drain. So you didn't believe in yourself? You didn't believe that your talents would ascend you to the next level despite not being with P. Diddy? You continue to stick around. Life was good. You had a hit single, P. Diddy on Bad Boy. You been waiting so long for you to answer my call. Whatever the song went. Life was good. P. Diddy put you on. Again, P. Diddy's a piece of shit because it's the ultimate price that you were paying for him putting you on. Bad Boy Records at the time, man, it didn't get no bigger. You all's relationship, friendship, actually turned into a relationship. Feelings were there on both sides. P. Diddy expressed that, hey, baby, that's all according to Cassidy's, Cassie's testimony. You talked about you didn't do oral sex and you didn't know. Understandably, you're a young woman. Although you was with a man that was 8 years older than you. He showed you how to do it. Well, he showed you what it was about. You had never experienced it, but you were a man 8 years older than you. But when it came time for you to do it to him, you didn't want to do it, and he forced you to do it, and he made you feel bad. But you didn't want to lose your record deal, so you did it.
No, I just have to, yeah.
Time went on, he got to expressing the fact that he liked, and I just learned this word, voyeurism. Choke No Joke. Choke No Joke. Shout out to Choke No Joke. New York son. I go check him out. I didn't know anything about voyeurism and what it meant or what it. I never even heard of it, to be honest. I'm not really a big porn dude. If you are, gnarly dude, but I just, I don't have to have it. Put it that way. Do I ever watch it? Yeah, but do I have to have it? No. P. Diddy expressed to Cassie that he liked to watch his women or whatever with other dudes. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? Is it a RICO? Do you deserve 20 to life? It's the issue that I have, because Cassie could have easily been like, well, I'm not into that. But out of her own mouth, I just did it because I didn't want to disappoint him. I didn't want to make him mad. Ladies, fellas, whatever the case may be. So you're going to do anything because you don't want to make a person mad. So if somebody says, hey, snort this crack, put a gun in your kid's head. I know it may sound a little extreme, but that's the way that she was making it seem. She would do anything based upon the fact that she didn't want to make P. Diddy mad. So she did it. She got with these male escorts. But I only got with these male escorts, these BBCs, these big black cocks. Pause, triple pause. Oh, that big black cock. I never liked any of it, but I only did it because P. Diddy made me do it, and I didn't want to make him mad, and I didn't want to lose my record deal. She stated on the stands that she was in charge of going on to these escort services, these websites, to where you could hire male escorts, females as well, but male escorts. She would go through, pick out the dudes that she liked. Here, daddy, I like this dude. I don't like him, I like this dude. And ultimately, P. Diddy will be the one to decide who was hired. $1,500 to $6,000, $7,000. That was the fee per escort. She's getting with these BBCs. But she don't like it at all. She's just doing it because she doesn't want to make P. Diddy mad. It was an escort that testified on the stands. Under oath. I said under oath. He got with Cassie. P. Diddy would sit there and watch. Sit in the corner and pleasure himself. A dark corner, as they did to do. Got to the point to where he started charging $6,000 a session. And every time, Cassie would hand him the money. P. Diddy never handed the money to the escort. P. Diddy would make a request, what he wanted to see. I guess living out fantasies in his sick head and his sick mind. And she went on to explain, I don't know if it's true, because I don't even believe half the stuff she talks about, to keep it all the way 100. Actually, he said it first. The escort, he wanted me to urinate. Cassie wanted me to urinate in her mouth. Cassie later tells the same story. She did it because she didn't want to make him mad. She didn't want to lose her record deal. Ladies, listen. I understand that women go through a whole lot of trauma. Women go through a whole lot. But this is 2025. Now, I understand this didn't happen in 2025. It's not the 40s and the 50s and the 60s no more, man. You can pick up that phone and call the police. Especially when you're dealing with a larger-than-life figure like P. Diddy. They would love to have that. This guy's threatening me. He's telling me that if I don't do what he said, he gonna kill me. But you didn't do that. You continue to let a man urinate in your mouth because you didn't want to let P. Diddy down. And it was all good. Y'all continue to do freak off after freak off after freak off. You continue to find and Mandingo warriors that you wanted to have a freak off with. But whatever situation happened and you all parted ways and you got with the trainer that P. Diddy was paying for to train you, once the money starts to dry up, you say, you go to an attorney, I need $30 million, man. Cassie's coming out with a tell-all book. I need $30 million. Shakedown, extortion. But you're just doing it in a way to where you have an attorney, so it's a legalized extortion, opposed to you just calling him saying, hey, I need $30 million, I'm gonna write this book. Nah, you can't do that, but you're gonna go give an attorney 33 to 36%, 38%, 40%. If not, we're gonna send this to the media. Everybody's gonna know. P. Diddy, nah, I'm not with that. Whatever transpired. Hold on, wait. I don't know what he paid her. There was a settlement made, and he pays her. Thinks everything's good. Next thing you know, the videotape comes out. Him beating her up. Piece of shit. Now the videotape comes out. Well, I have to go testify because they charging. Well, now I have to testify because the prosecution is calling me to be a witness, but you done just got 30 million, 20 million, 15 million. Are you still able to come and take the stands? Sex trafficking? No. What do I have to? I'm P. Diddy. You know what sex trafficking actually is? Now, basically what the prosecution is doing is they're saying, okay, male escorts were hired and they were brought across state lines. Now, according to the law, I guess that would be a form of sex trafficking, but how are these websites even remotely Backpage and Craigslist and all the escort services and websites that offer sex services, and people's blatantly on there saying, oh, come on over here, daddy, I'll give you your wildest pleasures. How is that even remotely legal unless you're in a state that allows prostitution? So I think that the prostitution thing, if a jury's really gung-ho and they want to get P. Diddy on something, they could potentially get him on that. But it's going to be hard to do that because I'm not necessarily going to say hard, but it's Cassie's word against P. Diddy's word. P. Diddy he never had any credit card transactions, or she was always the one that paid the escorts. Now, we all know that it was from P. Diddy, but it's not what you know, it's what you can prove, Jake. How they going to prove that P. Diddy was behind any of that? Because there's no paper trail leading to... And even if they could prove it, see, the thing about a criminal, ignorance of the law is not a defense. I understand that. But at the same time, you're not going to know every law. There are certain things that you're doing, and you may not even know that you're breaking the law. If you live a rock star lifestyle such as P. Diddy, you're not married, you not pretty much can do whatever you want to do as far as, you know, within the legal realms of. So if you hiring escorts and they coming over, she stated that everybody always, you know, had condoms and you know, everything was well protected, to say the least. Perhaps he didn't even know he was breaking the law. He knew he was breaking the law when he was busting Cassie's ass. But again, that's not what he's on trial for. This dude is he's been a millionaire, a multi-millionaire for a lot of years. So the whole trafficking, prostitution, it's funny how they never came after Hugh Hefner. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody. Never came after Hugh Hefner. Never. He was a hero. again, I'm not suggesting Diddy should be a hero, because he's a piece of shit to me, man. I ain't never liked him anyway. He's arrogant. But just because I don't like an individual don't mean that I feel as though, my personal opinion, that they should go to jail for life. Do I think he needs to sit down and do some time? Yeah. Give him 10 years in the feds. Give his black ass 10 years in the feds, man. He'd be out in 7. But this whole life sentence, and no, I don't agree with that, because I just don't. I know how the police work, and the prosecution, they will overcharge you once again. P. Diddy's just being overcharged. And oftentimes when you're overcharged, a lawyer told me this, it's to the detriment of the prosecution's case, because they end up losing, because they, instead of them charging you with what you should have been charged with, they want to overcharge you. P. Diddy ain't taking no plea deals. Why didn't he take a plea deal? Because he's not a regular dude. He's a regular person. He bleed just like niggas bleed just like us. He bleeds red just like us. He ain't taking no plea deals. Dude's worth 800, 900 million. I look like taking a plea deal. Really ain't got no evidence on me. You got this, washed up wannabe entertainer that I was with for 10, 11 years that I done paid out $30, $20 million to. Testimony is mediocre at best. Why did you stay? You don't understand. That's the thing about us women. Nobody understands why we stayed. I understand that you're forced to stay in certain situations, but this P. Diddy. At any given time, you could have picked up the phone and said, hey, man, this dude is dangerous. Let me work with you all. I can set him up. I can get him on wiretap. I can get him on video to show you all actually how he treats me. But no, you didn't do that. Why? Because you didn't have nothing. Nothing from nothing, at least nothing. Gotta have something. You didn't have nothing. So although you were enduring the physical trauma that he put you through, you stayed because you chose to stay, because you like that lifestyle. You like having 3 or 4 different houses that you could go to throughout the U.S. Different cars you can jump in. Bank accounts that was unlimited. You like that. You stayed because he was P. Diddy. You wouldn't have stayed if this individual, in my opinion, if this individual wasn't worth at the time a couple hundred M's and he was living check to check, would you have stayed then? I doubt it. I doubt it. The fact of the matter is, P. Diddy brought the freak offs to you. The whole idea, I'm assuming. First you was a little apprehensive, you wasn't really with it or whatever. But once you tried it, you liked it. And you got more comfortable the more that you did it. Nobody have to force nobody. I mean, again, it's the 90s, early 2000s. Let's just say 2000. I'm worth a couple $100 million. People would do anything to be in my presence. I don't got to extort nobody. I don't got to make nobody stay here. I don't have to kidnap anybody. You're going to do anything that you can do to just be in the presence of me and my company. And that's just the truth of the matter, man. That's just day one of testimony that I've been able to pick up. If I had to give a prediction as far as after day one, I don't think the prosecution remotely even came close to proving, okay, you showed that P. Diddy's a piece of shit. He is. Putting his hands on women. Still haven't proved sex trafficking, kidnapping, extortion. He blew up Kid Cudi's car. There's nobody testifying that's gonna come in and say, hey, I'm the one that blew up the car and P. Diddy paid me. That's an assumption. There's no proof that P. Diddy, I'm quite sure P. Diddy didn't go blow up the car. Probably paid. I do believe that he had the car blown up. But who's testifying to say, yeah, I blew up the car and P. Diddy gave me this? So how you gonna prove that? These dudes got 8 top of the line lawyers, man. How you gonna prove it? He killed Biggs, he killed Pac. Maybe he did. But that's not what he's on trial for. Let's stick to what he's on trial for, man. Karma Kens. If that's the case, any of us can get charged with something because we all gonna face karma. All of us have done some things in our lives that wasn't necessarily right. So we all gonna deal with karma if that's the case. Keep the main thing, man. He gonna deal with what he's done. He gonna meet his maker. But this whole Cassie thing and her stunts that she's doing, you walked away from him at some point. However many years it took, you walked away from him. Were you afraid then? Why didn't you call the police then? Why didn't you go to the police then, right when you walked away? But you didn't. The money started to dry up. You got in touch with an attorney, and y'all shook him down for 30 million, 20 million. But that wasn't enough, because you still on the stands trying to send this man to penitentiary for the rest of his life. Again, I know I'm going to lose a few, but guess what? I'm going to speak my piece, and I'm going to speak my opinion. I've said it multiple times. P. Diddy's a piece of shit. I wish that he could be charged with what he actually did to her as far as what we all witnessed. But that's not what he's on trial for. And at the same time, there's still going to be people jumping in the comments. Kens, man, I can't believe you, man. I'm unsubscribing to you, dude. You like P. Diddy, man. Man, fuck P. Diddy, man. Just keeping the main things, once again, the main things, man. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. I'll come back in a couple days and give a recap of the next couple days of testimony. You're never going to hear me shout free P. Diddy. He's a piece of shit. But I also think Cassie played a major role, and she was a victim in the domestic violence. But now you're trying to play victim in something else that it wasn't even like that, man. She stands to get all type of book deals and all type of, in addition to the money that he's already given her. She stands to gain a lot more. And that's exactly what she's doing. Real Kens TV, man. Respectfully.